Hi guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, before I start with my YouTube topic for today, I would like to quote some of the famous quotes from the hit TV series or anime series from the year 2006 to 2007 called Death Note. Okay? So the first quote came from Kira or Light Yagami, the main protagonist of the story. He is the writer of all the names or the list of names that have done bad things to different people. So this famous quote says, in this world, there are very people who actually trust each other. So in business perspective, you cannot just entrust your business to anybody. So it is up to you as the business owner to learn about your business so that you will know the ins and out of the business itself. Okay? Another famous quote came from L or the antagonist of the TV series. Okay? He says, in all things, one can win with a defense alone. To win, we must attack. So in business perspective, in order for us to have a good defense is to learn about our business. And how are we going to attack our competitors is by learning the ins and out, the pros and cons of the business so that we have an advantage to learn how to attack or to win against our competitor. In order for us to win, okay, so we must use a tool. Okay, this famous quote by yours truly, Sir Zik. Okay, I told my class this. This is my famous word from my class. Accounting is life. Because accounting is the tool for us to learn our business status. Okay, it is the language of the business. Accounting is the language of business. So in order for us to learn to attack and to learn our business itself is to learn accounting ourselves. Okay, so if you haven't, so in this YouTube channel, YouTube video, okay, it is entitled Accounting is Life Part 4. Okay, the last Accounting is Life. Okay, entitled Financial Statement. So if you still haven't watched some of my Accounting is Life video, you can always look at my video Accounting is Life Part 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you can always subscribe at my YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the like and the notification bell for more videos about my future highlights, my webinars, and of course, my business education. Okay, so this will be my last part series because I want to share with you other more idea about business, not only about accounting alone. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so let's have a recap. In our last accounting is like part 3, we talk about the financial statement. A financial statement determines the business position at a specific point in time and over a period of time. Okay, so this is the language of business. Okay, the financial statement. It is the book of records in order for this business to operate is to learn about the financial statement. So there are 4 types of financial statement. I have already discussed this. The statement of financial position, the balance sheet, the statement of comprehensive income or the income statement, the statement of retained earning or statement of change in equity, and of course, lastly, we have the statement of cash flow. So I have already discussed this in my previous video. So please don't forget to subscribe at my YouTube channel to learn more about accounting is like part 1, 2, 3, and of course this one, part 4. Okay, so also in our previous video, I told you about the financial manager's decision making. Okay, in order for us to learn how to attack our competitors is to learn what are these 3 financial decisions that you need to do for your business. So okay, number 1, we have the capital structure or the financial structure. Okay, a capital structure is the specific mixture between debt and equity that should the firm uses to the financial operation. Okay, it is a strategy on how a financial manager balance its debt and its capital. how does the financial manager make a decision on when to do debt from the bank or use its capital to further its business assets or further its business operations. So this is number one, we have the capital structure. Number two, the working capital management. Okay, it is a managing your short-term asset, inventory, and short-term liabilities to ensure the efficiency operation of the business and to avoid costly interruption. When we talk about working capital management, it is the daily financial operation that a company needs to do. Okay, so that they will not come short when it comes to financials. Okay, and of course, lastly, we have the capital budgeting. Okay, program of financial long-term outlay such as plant expansion, research, development, and advertising. Of course, in order for a company to construct its capital structure and working capital, the company must learn how to decide how to budget its asset or other financial long-term financial value, okay? Such as a plant expansion, you want to expand your business, you want to develop a more product or make an advertising. So that is what we call a capital budgeting. So these are the three main financial decisions that a financial manager must learn, or you as a business owner itself, you know how to decide. So you must learn about these three financial decisions. Of course, in order for you to know your decisions, you must learn about the financial analysis. Okay, we do the financial analysis to the financial statement. So what is a financial statement? Okay, it is a process of selecting related data from the financial statement to evaluate the entity past financial position and operating performance and to predict the outcome of the future operation. Okay, so financial analysis analyze your financial statement so that when you learn about your financial statement or your financial position of the company, therefore you can predict what are the possible financial tools that we can use or to financial plan or budget that we can use to expand more about our business. So this is what we call a financial analysis. Okay? So there are the types of information that the financial analysis gave to us is number one, we need to learn about the financial position. Like what I said, a financial position. What is your current financial status? Is your company earning or losing? So that's one thing that you have to learn when you analyze your financial statement. Number two, the result of your financial operation. Is your operations doing well? Is your receivables coming returning at a fastest speed as possible or not? Okay, so that is what we call a financial operation. And then of course, the cash flow for your working capital or your working management. Okay, and then lastly, we have the management stewardship. Okay, it is what we call when to decide or how are we going to attack our competitors. So this is the importance of a financial analysis from a business side of the company. Okay, so now these are the three information that is provided by the financial state analysis. Okay, so these are the procedures in analyzing your financial statement. Number one, establish an objective of the financial statement analysis. Okay, first things first, in every company or every business plan that you make, you always make a objective. Where does your company wants to go? What does your company wants to achieve by the end of the year or by the previous year or by the current days? Okay, so that is one thing that you need to analyze. These are the procedure. Number one, objectives. Okay. Number two, we have the gather complete information about the firm and study the industry in which the firms operate. Okay. What is the information? So of course, we get this information from our financial statement. Okay. We gather them from the previous year. Okay. From 5 years or 10 years. Okay. We gather them all. Of course, number three, of course, we need the mathematical analysis or the applicable tools that we have to use. Okay, later I'll show you the other tools. And of course, lastly, make a conclusion to the established objective. Okay, we determine the objective and then we make a conclusion. Is our company doing well? If the company is doing well, therefore, a company can expand to a further more business venture. Okay, so these are the procedures in analyzing a financial statement. Okay, so there are methods in analyzing the financial statement. Number one, we have the horizontal or comparative approach. Number two, the vertical or the common approach. And of course, number three, the trend approach. Okay, so first things first, we talk about, and then of course, the financial ratios. Okay, first things first, we need to learn about the horizontal or comparative approach. A horizontal or comparative approach is an analytical tool to evaluate the present performance of the entity compared to the last year's. Okay, horizontal, it means horizontal. Okay, what is our current performance against the previous performance? Okay, so that's one of the objective. That is what we call a horizontal, a comparative approach. Okay, the primary objective of this is to determine the present status of the business, particularly in the terms of financial position, result of operation, and cash flow against last year's performance. Okay, so we look from this financial statement from the previous year to the current year to make a future decision or plan on how we are going to use our financial structure. Okay, so there are two methods in performing a horizontal comparative analysis. Number one, we have the absolute amount comparison, and number two, we have the percentage comparison. Okay, so let's talk about absolute amount comparison. Okay, deducting the amount of the current date of the financial statement is determined by deducting the amount of the current date financial statement from the amount of the previous year. Okay, like what I said, we look to the current against the previous year's activity. Okay, so the formula is absolute amount comparison equals current year minus previous year. Okay, remember the formula, current year against previous year, or year 0 against year 1. Okay, so current year is the 0, year 1 is the 1. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, another thing, we have the percentage comparison. When we have done the absolute comparative comparison, therefore we put them into a percentage comparison. Okay, it is to determine by dividing the absolute amount of change base figure. Okay, so the formula is comparison is equal to current year minus previous year over previous year. Okay, times 100%. So we just get the previous formula from the comparative, absolute comparative formula divided by the previous times 100% to get the percentage comparison. So let's have an example on this. Okay, so this is what they call a financial statement or a balance sheet. Okay, in this balance sheet, I have 2008 and of course 2007. Okay, so 2008 is the current while 2007 is the previous year. Okay, so how do we get this? So when we talk about horizontal, like what I said kanina, di ba? We compare the latest and the current year. Okay, so let's do the current asset. So in the current asset, we have 550,000 as the current year, and we have the 533,000 from the previous years. Okay, so let's solve this using the formula. So let's have the current year, okay, the 50,000 minus the previous year of 533,000 over previous 533,000. Okay, so that's the absolute times 100%. Okay, so let us answer it. So the absolute amount comparative is 17,000. Okay, when we put it into a percentage, therefore we have a 3.19. Okay, so next, let's do another one. So let's get the plant's asset. Okay, we have the 4,400,000 minus 470,000 divided by 470,000 times 100%. So we got 26,000 and then 5.53. Okay, another one, we have 50,000 from the intangible asset, 50,000 minus 50,000 over 50,000 times 100%. So we got 0. So this is how we solve a horizontal analysis or a comparative analysis. So based on the analysis of this financial statement, that the year 2008 has a 0 tangible asset, okay, while their current assets are diminishing from the previous years. Okay? Long-term investment and planned asset, everything diminish. Okay? From the previous years. Okay? So this is how you analyze your horizontal analysis. So this is how you do it. So that's the formula. Remember the formula. Previous minus the current over previous years times 100%. Okay? So that is how we get the horizontal analysis or the common or the comparative analysis, approach analysis. Okay? So another analysis, we have the vertical or the common size approach. Okay? An analytical tools that determine the size or proportion of an item in the financial statement in relation to the total. Okay? Vertical analysis different from horizontal. When in horizontal analysis, we compare the previous year from the current year. But here, in the vertical analysis, we have a proportion or the size of a item. Okay? The primary objective is to determine the proportion of each item in the different section of the financial statement. Okay? So we look to the financial statement amount against the base amount of the financial statement. So there are three base financial statement. Number one, we have the serve as a guide for management to resource allocation policy. Okay, so to determine the vertical, to perform the vertical or common size analysis, number one, the formula is percentage share, okay, equals accounts title. So what is the accounts title? And then the baseline times 100. So what is the baseline? Okay, if you are looking for a financial statement or financial position, you look to the total asset. If you are looking for the comprehensive income or the income statement, you look for the net sales. Okay? If you are looking for the cash flow, therefore, you look to your cash. Okay? Remember, this will be your baseline. Okay? So those baseline will be 100%. Okay? So if you are looking for a financial statement, we have total asset as our baseline. If we are talking about comprehensive income, we are looking for the net sales. And if it's cash flow, therefore, we look to the cash. Okay, let's have an example on this. Okay, so this is a statement of comprehensive income of a company. Okay, of a Village Shipping Incorporated. Okay, so we have sales. Okay, so we don't look for the 2020, 2014, 2015. We look for them horizontally. Okay, so we look to the 15, which is the current year. Okay, so what will be our baseline? So therefore, our baseline is the sale. Okay, so our baseline is 475,000 is our baseline of sale. Okay, 475,000. Okay, now that will be our baseline, 475,000. So let's do this. Okay, so the formula is, okay, so accounts title divided by baseline, which is 475,000 times 100%. Okay, so we get 100% because sales is the baseline. So therefore, we get sales as our 100%. Okay, let's do it again for the cost of goods sold. Okay, so the accounts title is 200. Okay, so 265,000 divided by 475,000, which is the base or the sales, times 100. So we get 55.79. Okay, and again for the gross profit, we have 44.21. Okay, we do the same formula. Okay, so 210,000 divided by the baseline times 100, so we got 44.21. Okay, and then lastly, we need let's do the wage. So the base is 154,000 divided by the baseline 475,000 times 100. Okay, so the answer is 32.42. Okay, so based on this vertical analysis, we analyze that the cost of goods sold increases from the previous analysis. And then we have a 44.21 and 32.42. Okay, so this is how we do a horizontal, or sorry, a vertical analysis of the accounts. Okay, baseline, accounts title divided by baseline times 100. So that's how we get the percentage. Okay, so what are the tools in analyzing and interpreting the financial statement? Okay, so another tools, we have the financial ratio. Okay, financial ratio is the most common and widespread tools to use to analyze business financial standing. Okay, so in order for us to determine our financial, if it's there are three financial ratio that we need to learn. Number one, we need to learn about the liquidity, efficiency, solvency, and the profitability of the company. Okay, this financial ratio will gain you an advantage to learn how will you decide in certain specific accounts in your title. Okay, so let's talk about liquidity. Number one, what is liquidity? Liquidity is the ability to pay your current obligation or debt. Your current obligation. What is your current obligation? So these are the formula to determine the liquidity. We have the current ratio and the quick ratio or asset ratio. Okay, so these are the formula for current ratio. We have current asset divided by current liabilities. Okay, it signifies, okay, it indicates the ability to pay the current obligation. The higher the current ratio, the more favorable. While the quick asset ratio, quick asset divided by current liabilities, okay, it signifies the ability to pay the current obligation from the more current liquid asset. Can you pay your company as soon as possible? Can you pay your obligation, your financial obligation from the banks, from the capital, and etc.? So that is how you determine your liquidity. So these are the formula and the significance of your liquidity. Number two, we have the efficiency ratio. Efficiency ratio is often looked to the company at the time it takes the company to convert inventory into cash. How fast does your inventory be made turn into cash? Okay, so these are the one of the formula of the efficiency ratio. Of course, there are several more formula, but these are the more highlights of this ratio. Okay, if you want to look at it, you can look at the different book about this one. Okay, so number of days of sales in average of receivable or average collection period. So the formula is 360 or the one year divided by receivable turnover. Okay, the average age of receivable or the number of days collected in average receivable. So that is how we get the efficacy ratio. Okay, so how fast does you turn your inventory into cash? Okay, and we have also the solvency ratio, ability to pay long-term debt. It's solvency. If liquidity is the ability to pay short-term, solvency is a long-term ability to pay your debts. Okay, so these are the few formulas. Okay, there are several more formula. Okay, but these are one of the basic formula that you have to remember. Number one, we have the debt and equity ratio, total liabilities over owner's equity. Okay, it measures the proportion borrowed capital to invest capital. Okay, how can you invest more capital? So you look to your debt equity ratio. And of course, debt ratio or the total liability to total asset. Total liabilities over total asset. Okay, it indicates the proportion of the total asset is provided by the creditor. Okay, so lastly, we have the probability ratio. Okay, profit margin ratio, returns on sales ratio, or gross profit ratio measures the amount of net income earned, which earn peso of sales generated. Okay, so these are the pure formula. So we have the profit margin ratio, net income over net sales, measures how well the company manage its expense relatively to the net sales. And of course, we have the return of asset, net income over average total asset, or indicate if the resources of the company were maximized to generate a higher profit. Okay, so if you want to learn more about this different financial ratio, of course, you can always read some of these from your financial book. Okay, I get this book from the financial management. But these are the some of the things that you have to remember in order for you to gain knowledge about your financial statement. Okay, so so of course I have only a short time to discuss this topic, but I hope we can discuss this further for my future video. Okay, but for today, this is just the summary on how are you going to analyze and use different mathematical tools to analyze and interpret your financial statement. Okay? So please, so these are my reference. So if you want to read them, these are the books that I get this from Entrepreneurship by Dr. Angeles de Guzman, or Fundamentals of Accounting by Danny Rose C. Salazar, CPA, or Banks, Loans, and Credit Transaction Made Easy by Dr. Enrico L. Torres. So these are my reference. So you can read them to further your study. Okay, I hope you learned a lot today. Okay, so don't worry. I'll be coming back for more video of my accounting slide. Okay, but this will be my last part of accounting slide. Let's just hope that there will be another part 5. But for the meantime, I'll be moving on for a further topic about business education. So, thank you. Thank you everybody for listening. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for more video and more topic about business. So, thank you everybody. Godspeed.